happy Freiburg was able to figure it out. He was like, we're playing too passively, and hopefully we might see a different thing coming in. He did also say, this is the best of 3. It's a whole different ball game altogether.
Yeah, well, 9Z, simple Counter-Strike was the name of the game earlier on today. Just team hits straight in towards the site. They've done that in the pistol already, charging their way down into the A side, at least confirming the minimum of a bomb plant. So that will at least confirm a force buy, even if they lose this round. But Dignitas starting to put pressure on them. It's Holzerk with the first kill in the pistol round. Max, the first player to fall. We got to look at Freiburg, the player with a kit on his back. Holzerk still has a smoke available as well. 9Z had a pretty decent post-plant setup, though, so they have to try and break through this, and Holzerk's certainly going to do that over the top. Heap finds another one, and it's suddenly just down to Lukin and DGT, and it is clean from Dignitas. Every single kill.
There's almost a team ace coming in, and Freiburg, even though he doesn't get a frag, doesn't really matter, right? He's gonna get a defuse. Clinical. They didn't miss a single shot there, and just 90 they got the bomb down. Not a singular frag. Everyone just getting out-dueled by the USPs. A clean retake coming in from Dig, and that's the sort of start they want, right? They want to get off to a good start building on that with that momentum. Now, I still feel 9Z could potentially pull off the upset over here, but if you look at what the desk did allude to, Dignitas have to be the favorites.
I think, you know, Dignitas are a team we expect to take this, right? And there is a lot of pressure on them to do it. They're an org with big backing and experienced players, and I think it's great to see. That was our main criticism earlier, was how passive and respectful they were playing, and it's great to see, you know, the experience in this team is able to figure that out so quickly. And they are a team that will be able to just change that on the fly. So I have faith here in the best of 3, but some of the South American prowess on the AK Lukin, just bringing down 2 immediately. Freiburg and Forest out of play.
The hero AK-47, Lukin, he wasn't as... I wouldn't say he wasn't impressive. He had his moments as well, but it was primarily DGT and David who popped off in that game against VP. And with Lukin just opening it up with a nice 2K, Max waiting patiently from the peak. He spots Heap, deals quite a bit of damage, not quite able to confirm the kill though, but that's information gleaned, and they still have a whole minute, 60 seconds to work with. So 9Z, they have a lot of options available to them.
So in this kind of round, right, you're looking for mainly the bomb plant, obviously, but they've been putting themselves in a pretty good position at the start of this round. 45 seconds, he might come away with more than the bomb plant player. Heap is still towards CT. They're trying to push towards the site. AK will be leading the charge, and here comes the utility. That's going to signal this A plate to the remaining side of Dignitas. They start to bring themselves over, and that smoke is not going to do anything about this jungle angle, and that is going to cost him. Lekro so clean. Another one. Oh, that's nasty from Lekro.
I know it's against players without any armor, but those were clinical laser beam from Lekro. And they all kind of like just stood looking to take that fight one by one.
He didn't even move. Like, he's just a turret. Just in the same position.
I kind of...
Same position.
Yeah.
Once again, same position.
And then he moves.
And then he moves. The crosshair placement is insane. That's why he's so good on the deagle. Like, you don't actually have to... He doesn't have to, like, micro adjust his aim that much, because it's always in a pretty good spot.
Well, danger averted for the Swedish-Norwegian side, and for the side of 9Z, though, Bavai is going to be coming on in. Now, because they did deal a bit of damage, if they're able to crack this round, find it, Dig will be forced to go on an eco. So that is something, or maybe, you know, forced to just work with pistols and a scrappy buy. So 9Z definitely will be looking to take this one. They do have...
Oh, Freiburg needs to be careful here. They've actually pushed forward. Oh, he's going to get caught. And this now puts pressure on Holzerk's position. Ned's coming over towards him. He's dropped to half already. Flash has continued to bombard the site. 9Z charging forward with numbers. Dignitas losing the player who was playing in front of those smokes. You really want Freiburg to at least get one in that position just to keep it even for the retake attempt. And that is the kill from Holzerk. Max was committed to the stop stairs position and actually gets caught in the open. Dignitas coming out on top, but it is still trade after trade as 9Z bring it back to the 3v3.
Look at the late flank coming in from Lukin as well. They need to make a little bit of haste though, because Heap is going to find Davy G, and with the second kill from Heap, that finesse is putting in the work, and they haven't seen Lukin yet. Bomb? It's not really planted for him.
He doesn't have a great angle for it. He needs to swing quite wide, and they know they can just keep him off the angle, and Lukin comes in with one, but couldn't quite find the follow-up. Forest to the defuse, and Dignitas to 3.
That FAMAS, we've seen some FAMAS action coming in today. Very, very good shots from him. And this trade was very, very important. Finding rocks, and then this was a very important fight to take. David G, he wasn't feeling very comfortable there. He wanted to kind of not just be trapped, because Palace was smoked off, and he knew if he falls there, there's not going to be any potential trade there. So they were just trying to double peek him, but brilliant work coming out from him with the FAMAS. And yeah, danger averted. Dignitas, they do keep a few alive. They have the AWP in the hands of Halzuk as well. And for 9Z, they will have to just go for a light investment. Deagles, a Hero Galil, and a little bit of utility. A couple of smokes, flashes, and once more it's going to be the A hit coming in. And that is a shot in the half from David. Just completely dismantling Halzuk. Max as well, finding Freiburg. Smokes have been deployed, and that's a free bomb site for the taking.
And this is the round 9Z looking to try and win.
How?
It is a classic tale, and here they go forward. The Deagle not connecting enough damage on the Forest. That new Deagle nerf really coming in clutch to keep Forest alive, but suddenly it is Dignitas who turn it around. They can't get the bomb down, they can't plant it towards default, and now Dignitas have got the man advantage. DGT and Lukin trying to get these kills back. Lukin starting to play forward around the stairway. Heap, nice positional change up, just playing deeper inside of the connector. So Lukin, if he does want to take the fight against the rifle, we need to go into the wide stance, giving Heap the advantage. And also just having players towards CT. They could have watched the bomb from that, but instead they're tripling up, using their strength in numbers. And this actually does give an opportunity for 9Z to get the bomb plant at a minimum.
They won't be expecting the fact that Dignitas
exactly.
have completely given up CT, right? And they're going to have an eye towards Tolbu, towards CT spot.
Timing here.
And Heap, timing will work out in his favor. The spray, a little bit belabored, but doesn't really matter. Finds both Lucan and DGT. And despite those two incredible openings coming out from David and Max, again, Dignitas is able to keep a few alive. They are hemorrhaging players every round they win, though. And for 9Z, that is a good sign. What was that shot from David? Yeah,
it's just continued as well. That is ridiculous from Max, but
that's filthy.
4-0 start for Dignitas. Not the cleanest of starts a lot of the time, Blood. You know, that pistol was beautiful, but like you said, a lot of rounds they're hemorrhaging players, and you look at that economy, and that tells the story. Everything you need to know about the how Dignitas have won these rounds, you can see in the lack of funds in reserve. Oh, Lucan, he's doing a nice little stair smoke here. Not actually going to use it just yet. And this is how simple 9Z were playing earlier today. You know, we see the clear weakness is the fact they lost their IGL. They weren't great at figuring out the chaotic situation, so they just went for these heavy team hits out of spawn.
Yeah.
It was effective against Virtus Pro. And I don't really think it's a bad idea just to keep doing what works.
Oh yeah, especially for a team who's this new losing bit as IGL, losing the best player in the form of Try. You have the one slight advantage in being an unknown quantity, right? That's something you want to leverage. You don't want to complicate things. And here comes the hit once more. The A-bomb side is going to be where the action is going to be taking place. And Freiburg, he needs to strike. The spray will find both Rocks and David. And he is still alive with 19 HP, running out looking for the kills. The guy is looking for more. This is lunacy from Freiburg, and finally, he will fall.
Lukin removes Freiburg from play. Still Dignitas have that man advantage with 45 seconds left, and that bomb is starting to leave the A side. In fact, it's sprinting its way through T-spawn to try and get back over towards B. Forest is taking top mid control. DGT not going to be crossing into him because they're all going towards B, but he's going to hear these footsteps. And Forest, he is so ready. There's no way that Lukin is going to be looking for him. Forest is just trying to gather as much information as possible. It's an invisible AWP in his hands. A beautiful skin I haven't seen before, Blair. But 20 seconds left, and it is a final B-sided attack. And you know, Lecro's in a good position. I think I would bet on Lecro to shut this one down. I think 9Z, they've kind of made that same idea, so they're going to be sitting back, just carrying these AKs over. And it really does come down to what we've seen earlier from 9Z. When it gets a little chaotic, when they're tasked with their initial idea not working, they never really find the answer.
I do agree with you when you say, like, yeah, you just want to keep it simple, but I think this has been a little too simplistic thus far from 9Z. They've just been going for this A hits, nothing too elaborate. A couple of times they were running ahead of the utility. That's where when they didn't have the full-fledged buy, right? The previous round is the round where they had everything to work with. Again, going for that A hit. They didn't have anyone towards mid. They had no one watching for a potential push coming in, so Forest getting a free kill right there towards top of mid. And just running out of time heading towards B. I'd like them to just go for a simple default to start things off right now. Take your time. Just poke and prod. keep Dignitas from just having all the freedom in the world to run around.
Yeah, when you play simple Counter-Strike in the T side, it requires a simple CT side to dismantle, right? You know, you see Dignitas can very easily rotate, make it, you're not really keeping them guessing at all, so they can heavy rotate or they can just keep a player on the side playing anchor. And it's just very simple stuff for Dignitas right now. I mean, 9Z have the individual skill to create chaos in the round. And we have seen that already, like Deagles, for example, just able to pop off and create that space. But there's mid-control coming through for 9Z. They've actually got the top mid boxes early on. They don't have a player in underpass just yet, so it is just this full top mid approach.
Yeah, for the very first time thus far, taking the tactical time out to talk things out.
This, ooh.
Heap. Okay, position known by Lucan. He's going to try and time the shot with the scout. Not really going to find anything though, but this is good. I like this. But again, right, no one towards A. And look at the flank from Freiburg. DGT, he's been spotted. There's no need for Freiburg to commit to this fight. They can just peel back at DGT's where he had an opportunity there to find an opening pick, but Freiburg playing the smart way, just falling on back. But they've lost so much ground towards A. Now they can heavily invest holding towards mid, towards short, keeping maybe 3 players towards mid and short, or maybe even investing in a B stack. It's going to be rough for 9Z here.
And this setup for Halzerk is so good. Just to peel away with one, but the timing works against him. He looks away, Max swings into him, and 9Z have the advantage. And so that choke point is cracked wide open, and now there has to be an adjustment in the defensive Dignitas.
Backup has arrived, though, Dinko and Lekro. He needs to at least find one, which he will, looking for the second kill as well. Out of bullets, 12 points of health, and DGT will finally find him. But Forrest and Heap and Max is being very sneaky. Freiburg with the flank, though. He finds one, Lucan finds Heap, and Max and Forrest. Forrest will be found. Was a little ugly there, but Freiburg has dropped the bomb. And with 24 seconds, I don't think he's going to do it, though, but there is a chance.
They have the utility to try and keep him back. He's still trying, but the swing from 2 is enough.
Oh,
finally,
boy.
9Z put the first round on the board, and it comes back to that heavy mid-control, but it's the kill towards short, the Halzerk peak. What a different round that could have been if Halzerk just sticks
just finds one. Not even gets
position.
one kill.
Yeah, it just finds one pick. It's a completely different round.
It's kind of crazy that Max was able to just sneak his way behind that smoke, because the backup had arrived.
Reveals the forest. It's a magic smoke.
It's a magic smoke. Well, first round on board for 9Z, but because of how many players Dignitas have hemorrhaged in the rounds they've won, you can see a FMAS coming out for Heap. Look at the utility they have. Like Freiburg on basically nothing. He just had the Kevlar and that A1. Rest of them a couple of incendiaries, a few smokes, and Halzerk is finding himself headless as Max is going to pluck his head clean off his shoulders. Lucan, though, with the AWP looking to find Heap, and he has spotted his shoulder.
Lucan trying to get something done with it, but Freiburg, nice little peek out from default, does catch out DGT. Will swing back in again, but unable to walk away with anything. Flash from his teammates trying to alleviate some of that pressure and allow Freiburg to continue to peek down in towards ramp. He has got his teammate Forrest back towards CT, and if needed, you can call upon the connector player, but David has actually slipped his way through to Sandwich, and they haven't seen him, but he could cross a little too wide, and Freiburg will collect the information that a couple of players now positioned at Tetris. They start to move forward. Forrest has actually been plucked out of play, and they know Freiburg's towards default, and Freiburg goes down as well. Suddenly, it's all on Heap, and he's the player with a FAMAS, not the best weapon in this position.
Oh, he can make it work.
Yeah, but he certainly can make it happen. 39 seconds left. 9Z, they know they're limited on time, but they have got a huge player advantage. Heap is desperately trying to peel away a few kills here, just try and cut those numbers down at the knees. The flank again for Max around the backside. It's Lekro down and just Heap left, and 9Z clear him out. They don't even need to put the bomb down. It's a clean 4-player round. 9Z go up to 2.
I really like the composure from 9Z there. It was a 4 versus 2. They had 3 players towards A, but they knew Max was on the flank, and they were patient enough to just wait it out and just play to perfection. Just a little bit of patience, ensuring that they don't have the opportunity to maybe get a double kill, and then now it's a 2v2, and it's getting uncomfortable there, and patiently waiting for the flank to to bear fruit, which it indeed did. And now, just winning 2 in a row, just 2 rounds back to back, Dinko, and Dignitas, they just have to go for the full eco. Just USPs all around for each and every one of the Swedish, Norwegian side. David needs to be careful. There are a couple of players there.
Oh, yeah. That's,
He knows.
He knows. Certainly does. They were just trying to clean up these USPs. I mean, this round, we don't really expect too much. Here we go, Electro, a little bit of spice. There we go, I was winning on that one. And Electro actually nearly gets away with another. Oh no, that could have been a real disaster, but luckily recovered.
If he gets a third there, off the back of a kill with the Zeus, I would have lost it.
But it would be one of the most ridiculous plays of the tournament. I don't think many players can top that, but here we are. Lovely sound effect provided by Blair, and Electro, you know, he's really close to actually getting that third kill out of it.
That would be huge. But anyway, 9Z.
Money back in the bank here for Dignitas.
This is what 9Z needed, though. You know, they needed to break the economy. They needed to get a little bit of confidence going their way, and we saw what they could do on the T side against VP.
Yeah, we did.
Honestly, VP are, I think, inarguably, they're the best team in this tournament, in all honesty.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, against Dignitas, it totally makes sense why they picked this map as well. They should be feeling like they could easily even win this half.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go for an A execute in this round, as they so often do. It's a staple of their T side. Worked a lot of times, actually. It was the round that got them into the game versus Virtus Pro. So they're just trusting the old faithful versus Dignitas. And actually has been a few weaknesses, I think, in this A defense from Dignitas. In particular, Freiburg has been caught out a few times. So we'll see if he is neutralized here, relying on his teammate supporting him from CT. This time it is a lot of change in position. Heap's going to be playing from that ticket box instead of Forest.
Here comes the smokes, and as I said, Freiburg's going to be completely isolated here and needs to find
Okay.
one. He found a double earlier, and he's going to go pre-firing around the corner, burning alive as well. And finally, Rox will put him down. Rox with a double, but Heap and Halsov reply back, and Heap is being almost nigh unstoppable at the moment. Finally, Max will put him down, but it is a 1v2 advantage for the Swedes. Max quickly picking up the C4 and immediately legging it for the B-bomb side.
Can't stop now. He's committed to his B play, has to just sprint the whole way. And Dignitas shouldn't be splitting up into the 1v1, so he is going to have time to put that bomb down. And he actually will have time not only to put the bomb down, but to get into a good post play.
Absolutely.
So this is actually a very winnable round for Max. He just has to not second-guess himself. He has to just commit to it now. And once that bomb goes down, Dignitas will then make the rotation back. It looks like Max is going to be going for the short post plan. It's a good position to go for here. You can get into that position quickly in the post plan.
I love the instant decision-making coming out there from Max. I'm not sure if it's the IGL who called it or he just went for that play on his own, but the moment he picks up the bomb, he knows they were already rotating it towards the A side where the bomb was spotted, immediately going for the plan. But here we go, the 1v2.
Yeah, starting to make their way towards the side. Forest and Electro moving forward as a unit. Max in a good position to spot them out and separate them into 1v1s, but it's Electro that is so quick on the headshot. He's looked so good alongside Heap so far for Dignitas. A big reason why their firepower is enough to get them over the line in these close rounds.
Heap and Lekra both really stepping up, and these were the two players, even in the earlier game they had, where they were the only shining light in what was, in all honesty, a very disappointing outing from them, right, on Inferno with Movistars, but it was a good play there from Max. I like how he gets a kill into Heap, he gets a bomb down. That's a good position to play. If he gets the first kill, he can play around a pillar and just do like a dance of death around a pillar against the final player. But it's just the timing. Both the players peaking at the same angle almost at the same time. But an NT coming out there for Max. 6-3, Dig. Again, the rounds are winning. None of them are convincing, full-fledged rounds where you have like 3 or 4 players staying alive. Forest, he needs to be careful. Nice tap on the rocks, but a trade will take place.
A little gap in the window. Halsberg looked to play with it. Re-smoke up from 9Z, just consolidating that mid control in the early round. They'll be happy with the map control gained right now. Still a lot of time for this T side to start maneuvering their way towards their intended goal, but Lycro, he's seeming to just try and peel as much info as he can out of the short peak. He's not really spotting too much, and 9Z need to be careful they don't fall into the trap of just resting on their mid control they already have. They need to fight through a choke point at a certain time, and I think Max might be the player to try and slip his way through to this B site. Halsberg has got the angle, he spotted that information now. We'll see what the reaction is from the defense. They pulled that short player back up to look to the apartments. It's Lekro looking this way, and that bomb, it's alone right now. They're waiting for the rest of the squad to try and get back over. Lookin is arriving up in the apartments to help out, but it's just down to these 2 players left towards B, and there's still a good crossfire setup if they desire. Lekro's come in with 1, DGT down, and it's just looking, and an AWP in this position, it's just not winnable. And so you look at the value of this weapon, you have to save it. And he can't even do that.
Yeah, they were waiting for, I think it was David, who was kind of like boosting the little elevation right below window, and was trying to get the timing right to find Heap towards jungle. If he gets that kill right there, suddenly the defense for Dignitas is split. The rotation's going to be a little uncomfortable, but yeah, Heap just seems to be so very aware. And the one difference I can see right now for 9Z Dinko compared to the earlier game against VP is DGT was the hard carry in that first half.
He was.
And right now he's 2-9.
And that's exactly the storyline we were talking about, right? We said,
is it sustainable?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not. And we knew it wasn't. You know, it was a rhetorical question because we knew the answer was no, it's not. And we even seen him slow down in that game. Even in that one map. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised. And I guess this is the question mark around 9Z now. Is now the try's gone. Who is the star of the show? Who's the player that's going to step up and give you consistent good performances that let you battle against some of the better teams? I don't know right now, and I don't think we've found out today.
Okay, Heap is...
Well, Heap is certainly the player for Dignitas that is doing that.
For sure. He's a player to watch for me.
Yeah.
And the fact that Lekro's stepping up as well. And look, Freiburg, Forest, and Halzuk, they don't have to do anything too crazy. That was an opportunity there for David. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite pan out. And Halzuk...
He's like, no. Oh, no.
I don't know about that.
He's like, oh, you missed the first time. Here's another chance. Forrest now trying to scrap up the rest. David down low. He has come away with 2 already and has put his team into a winnable situation in this round. 45 seconds. That bomb retreating back from middle. It's going to be an A play. You have already got DGT towards the ramp. If he can start to get going, that's certainly a factor that could help out 9Z here. Freiburg starting to get aggressive, starting to look towards ramp, and he looks down. Tries to snap away, but that's information at least, and Freiburg swings into the fight, and that is actually going to cost him. You know, swinging there as well, but you're likely to go down, and his teammates are pretty far away from the site.
Yeah, I can kind of understand why he went for it, because he was so isolated. He wanted to get that kill and push towards ramp and at least try and stay alive there, but doesn't quite pan out. Lekro tapping away through the smoke, decapitates Max. He's going to find David as well through the smoke. 39 points of health, no time remaining for DGT. It just might as peel away. What was that from Lekro? Through the smoke, 2 kills.
Yeah, he's ridiculous right now. Lekro, you know, this is a player that a long time ago, you know, we look at this guy as a potential star, right? One of these players that just pops off with some incredible performance, raw aim, raw ability. Went into the NIP team and, you know, was in-game leading for a while as well. Like, this guy's done quite a lot of things. He then went to North, blah. He went to North. He did that.
And then it all went south.
Did real quick, didn't it? For about 2 weeks, maybe. I don't even know how many days that lasted.
I miss seeing MSL on teams.
Yeah. It's kind of wild, isn't it? It's been so long.
Someone pick him up, please. Shout out MSL. Well, right now, though, 8-3. Still comparatively early days. Dig definitely would be feeling comfortable. This is a much more confident-looking Dig compared to what we saw in Inferno, right?
And it's the opposite for 9Z. They don't look confident at all, right? It feels like they're a little too tentative. And we'd love to see a team like 9Z who have so much skill. They're such a good individual
I mean, they were relying a little bit too much on headshots and such.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rosa.
Headshots.
And such.
Heads.
A bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah. Dude, say that 10 times fast.
Headshots and such.
That's a great casting warm-up.
All right. Halzuk up trained towards B apartments. I do like how 9Z have switched it up instead of just going for the go A and we go A again 5 rounds in a row. And they're going to be going for this cat take. They have just the 1 player towards B apartments. As long as he stays alive, if Brox can't just avoid being taken down, that could be it. Lekro now having to hold the line. He's got an AK primed and ready. The Molotov is going to flush him out of his position, and DGT will find him.
Yeah, lovely shot from DGT. 35 seconds left. Dignitas down a player. Starting to rotate a few over now to bolster this B defense. He had 3 players in this position. 9Z can very easily drop down into middle, charge their web connector, and have an attack point to this A site. They don't know that they've got a good bit of control towards A, and neither do Dignitas, who now rotate extra players back to this A site, leaving a weakness on B. Halzuk has to try and line them up. Nearly comes away with a collateral, but Halzuk looks back up to the apartments, comes away with another, and is looking to try and just tuck low time. Halzuk in with a 3rd of the round, and now he's just looking to shut down the rest. The round's already done. Halzuk holds the site, and 9Z and the dying embers get destroyed by the Norwegian sniper. And DGT luckily survives after the time. That would have been an absolute disaster if they'd lost members after the clock as well.
It was almost a collateral as well from Halzuk.
he hits the collat, just not enough damage done.
Yeah, he didn't get like the 2K, but in the end still finds Max. What a play there from Holzuk.
Yeah.
Lovely mustache as well.
Yeah, magnificent mustache.
Yeah, you can't even grow one.
You know, I could, but it wouldn't be
Really,
it wouldn't be impressive.
Okay.
Like, it'd be more bump up, really.
Well, they've gone for the hero AWP coming out here in the hands of Lucan. He was a bit missing on the T side, I feel, with the AWP, but maybe they can make something work. And Flashbang will do absolutely nothing to obscure his vision, and that's going to be Forrest bidding us goodbye for this particular round. Heap down to 9 points of health as well. This is a great opportunity for 9Z to at least get to 4 rounds. If they get to even 5, I think they're going to be pretty happy, considering how Dig have looked just the better team thus far.
Yeah, this is exciting to watch Dig like this, because earlier it was really deflating watching Dig play.
It was depressing, man.
Yeah, they were just so passive, so scared, so tentative, and listening to Freiburg point that out in the interview really gave me a lot of faith that they would be able to step it up coming into this one. So, yeah, they've been able to turn it around so far. 9Z starting to go back in an A contact play. They've actually slipped their way through. Freiburg now peeking out from Dark. He's actually able to come away with 1. Only the 1 though, and that's going to set up an opportunity for Holzer to try and shut this one down, but he's only come away with 1. DGT with 2. Could this be the round where he explodes and gives him that impact? He has taken a lot of damage, but he's going to try and peek into the AWP. Ooh, Heap flicks up. Not too far off the kill, but David's deagle, it has been nasty so far. 30 seconds left as that bomb begins to go down. 1 versus 3 here for Heap. They are low, but an AWP into this clutch, it's not really the weapon for it, Blah.
I think a lot of the damage is also unconfirmed, right? So he really doesn't want to commit to this. And David, that deagle has been incredible thus far. Pick it up. There we go.
If 9Z win the last 2 rounds of the half here, 9-6 is not bad at all.
It's very competitive if they can make that happen. And for Dig, yeah, I'm envisioning a few pistols coming out here and just saving for the final round of the half, right? At least they'll have a full-fledged buy coming in for 9Z. Going for a timeout, I think it's the right time to go for it. You want to talk things through. You know, you have a little bit of momentum potentially building up over here. A real chance to get to, 10-5, maybe a 9-6, and definitely can try and make things a little bit more closer heading to the second half, right? Again, you got to remember, this is the map pick coming in from 9Z. And Ancient was an interesting pick from Dig, actually. I think Nadeska mentioned that as well. It's a map where they've played it quite a bit. They really haven't had too much success on it. And 9Z, it's a brand new team. Yeah,
but even if they look at the third map, if they pick up Mirage or whatever and they lose Ancient, you look at the last map, Nuke, that's Dignitas' bread and butter, right? That's like the map they love to play and the map that they look competitive on, even in international tournaments. So at least they have that to fall back on if needed, if Ancient doesn't go so well. But right now, Dignitas looking real good. They're down on pistols this round, not looking so good in this one. 9Z have found their way into this first half. They found a foothold, and now it's time to try and get 6 on the T side. If they do that, like we mentioned, a very competitive game from that point onwards. DGT is about to find easy kill here on the Freiburg.
And if it's that's what's going to take for DGT to maybe start to show glimpses of what we saw from him in the first game they had, it's going to be great. David has been quietly just so consistent, right? Even in the first game they had against VP, it was David and DGT who were the 2 big carries here. The Flame's not going to spread here, so Lekro can get a kill, but the famed Lekro Dig, unfortunately, this round won't click.
Yeah, maybe should use that ball to Magic and that 1 clip from Beyond the Summit back in like 2017 or something.
That's all everyone remembers.
Yeah, it's like, he's sick on the deagle. That was 1 clip in like 2018.
Dude, it's been so many years, right? And whenever I look at Lekro, it's because you're playing with people like Forrest and Freiburg, who are... They've been playing forever.
And he only plays good, I think, when he calls himself like Goblin or something, right? He calls it. He has like a nickname sometimes where he calls himself like Goblin or something.
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like back in the day he used to do that quite a bit. Here we are. Heap going in towards the mid aggression. Flash is there. Heap begins to play with it, but 9Z decide not to commit to the top mid fight and actually allow Dignitas to push into them, but nothing has come of it, and 9Z will be happy enough with this, just keeping the numbers even for the meantime. Because that's cost Dignitas a little bit of utility. They don't have a lot of it either, and they've actually just dropped back and given this mid-control away to 9Z.
Holding on to the utility for later on our Dig here. For Smokes, the Incendiary in the hands of Lekro. And I don't see a singular kit, Denko, unless my eyes deceive me, and that is a problem. You go for the retake, with a lack of... fine, sure, you have the smokes, but no kits. MP9 Deagle, you want to prevent 9Z from taking over the site. This could be the right call for Dig. They seem to have kind of sniffed this one out. 4 players lying in wait towards jungle and the A side. Once more, Freiburg's going to be playing towards Shadow with that MP9, where it can be very deadly, Dinko. Actually, he's going to be up the ladder, and Heap will be smoked off. But he has been so deadly, I don't think he even needs vision here. But this time around, the timing won't quite pan out. Freiburg, someone still gets a kill at that distance with that SMG.
Can't do that myself in MP9 play. It's a little different. 30 seconds left. 9C onto the A site. It's all about just trying to get this ball down and keep those players up. And oh, the spam through the smoke. Electro and smoke kills, dude. Even reads the transition, and it's Holzerk finally who gets that kill. Bomb did go down though, and that's a massive impact. DGT and Lookin taking 2 kills between them, and that's gonna garner that man advantage.
The timing on the Molotov and the flashbang was perfection. Electro, his ankles have been crushed. They know exactly where he is, and the Triangle of Doom is going to be waiting for him. 9-6 for Dig is going to be going to a very short break.
In emotions, think I'm losing track. Need you to stay by my side. Feel like I'm floating, comfortably detached. Will you stay if I lose my mind? And I want to let go. Don't let me.
The dualies. 90's going to win a pistol round. Just watch.
I mean, we've seen Yuri earlier on for Fury really making the Julies work. We'll see if that logic applies here. Dignitas is going to be going for the A execute in this pistol. Lukin's the first player in. And he's got to deal with Electro. First is good, not quite the follow-up play, and that's, you know, you still could be right. We'll see if they win the pistol.
Someone else can pick it up. Someone else can pick it up. I didn't say it was just him. Oh my god, Holzerk, what are you doing? But Freiburg and Heap able to reply back. DGT able to find Freiburg, and now it's a 1v2. Still man advantage. A heavy advantage here for the side of Dig.
That was a crazy round from Dignitas, but they still have a chance to actually go B here because they know what David is. So they can just run straight towards this B site. David could cut off 1 versus 1. Forrest seems to be aware of his position though, and again, David is 4 HP, so all Forrest needs to do is land 1 shot, and he's won the pistol here. David, this is such a tough position. You really don't envy him in this position at all, and he goes forward. Forrester just needed to land 1, and he's been able to do it. 10-6, Dignitas win the pistol.
It's the, yeah, it's a classic curse coming in there. Yeah, that was a wild round coming out from Dig, in all honesty, and yeah, that's the reason why it's called a murder hole as well. Very, very uncomfortable position there, especially when the bomb got planted. Forrest didn't really have to face at all, and Dig, they take both the pistol rounds, Dinko, on their opponent's map pick. This is a much better Dignitas we're seeing, and considering they're favorites, considering they're a team who I think all of us can kind of agree that I wouldn't be too surprised if they make it to the playoffs, right? Like, they have the right elements, they have a deeper map pool, they are a more well-rounded team. I do believe it was our wonderful analyst desk who mentioned that as well. I completely agree with them. So for them to not just win this game, especially against a team who have lost their best player and their IGL very recently, it's not just about winning, it's about winning convincingly, because the opposition is only going to get tougher the deeper they progress into the tournament.
Yeah, it's about making a statement, right?
100%.
And proving this is a team that you can get behind, and showing that they have got the legends on the team, but that good mixture of experience and new players coming in, because that is the secret sauce. That's the recipe to a lot of these top teams now. You have a little blend of experience and some of these youngsters that can shoot some heads, and Heap has been doing that. Lekro as well in that first half, and Holzerk, you know, he's a player that I think goes under the radar a little bit sometimes, but when Holzerk shows up, man, he can actually be a very, very, very impactful player.
But that's the thing with Dignitas. I feel like Holzerk and Heap showing up it's a prerequisite. It's like a win condition for them.
Yeah.
And if either of them don't kind of have a little bit of a rough day, it's really hard because, look, Forrest is a legend of the game, but he's past his heyday, and he's not going to be expecting to be dropping like big numbers, so to speak. Freiburg's also, you know, he's IGL. He's also not really at the apex of his skill set, so to speak. Lekro is kind of like the, and he has his moments here and there. He's also a bit of a veteran, but you need Heap and Halsey to deliver consistently. Heap is seemingly doing so, but we need. I feel like we need a little bit more from Halsey for Dignitas to be a bit more of a scarier team, as we do have a B hit coming in, and DGT has been spotted and will be found.
Yeah, it's a beat hit coming through from Dignitas, looking to send the numbers forward. It's Max dropping Lekro. Rock's actually able to get away with another one as well, and that could really hurt Dignitas' chances of winning this round. Just that one kill up towards the van, because now you're spread thin. One of you has to commit to the bomb plant, which leaves only one who can cover, and you've got to worry about so many different positions.
Lucan and David are so paranoid. There is a flank going to be coming in from the A side. They just giving up
no.
B, and Heap caught by Max. I still haven't seen the final player though. And it is Forrest.
He's going back in towards short. David in a decent position here, but Forrest, is he going to check it? He's looking higher instead of lower. David spots him coming around the corner. Shadow giving it away. Forrest goes down 11-7. 9Z will find their first round of the second half.
Much needed round as well. Dignitas 11-7. Of course, they have money for a buy if they do want to go for it. It won't be ideal though. We have a timeout getting called by the Norwegian-Swedish mix. And for 9Z, that's a pretty good round. They keep 3 players alive as well. Ideally, you wanted to keep everyone alive, obviously, but able to stave off that hit coming in from Dig. But the test, they haven't quite passed the test yet. Buy is still going to be coming in for the side of Dignitas. We have the op once in the hands of Halsey. If they can continue to maybe string a couple of rounds together, tie things up, make things a little bit more interesting. But for Dig, here's the thing, their CD side was supremely lacking on Inferno, but the T side was surprisingly quite potent. So I know it's a whole different map altogether, they're playing a whole different opponent, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Dignitas, if they're able to break the money for 9Z, I feel like they just might run away with the win here. Still remains to be seen, though. We still have a few more rounds remaining.
Yeah, 9Z, hopefully on the CT side is where they probably feel a bit more comfortable as well, right? Because a lot of the time on the T side, when things get a bit messy in the mid-round, you need that clear voice, whereas CT side, hopefully a collective unit can call how they want to play it across both sides. So we'll see if 9Z can stay alive here on Mirage. Again, their map pick as they go for the double nade stack towards the top boxes. Freiburg getting caught by most of it, and now they're going to throw Incendiary in there as well. Freiburg just getting everything chucked at him.
That's just rough.
Still alive, of course, so all is good. Now we look to this B play. Halsey is waiting for the aggressive stance of Rocks. We'll see if that patience will pay off.
He's got Lucan as well to help him out.
Halsey's had enough. And that's a good bit of utility being used up as well. They're actually going to peek with it to try and gain some information, at least here in 9C. They don't have a lot of info at all in this round for the CT side. They have to just wait for Dignitas to play their round in front of them. 9C did go for a little peek up into the apartments, and now, in fact, they're pushing forward, taking some of that control that allows you to lean another player closer towards this A side.
This is a brutal hole from 9Z. Player in cat, player in ladder room, player from window holding as well, but they're slowly peeling back. Max has evacuated the premises, and they're making a lot of noise, heading up towards connector.
Oh, does Lucan peek at the right time? I don't think he's seen it. He will eventually look wide, but Halsey turns around, brings down Lucan. They don't know. They still could go either way here. And the time is the factor here. They have to commit to the A site. DGT coming in with a double kill, finally goes down. Max has a little bit of a gap on the left side of that smoke, but can't make much of it. Ball goes down and sticks down. Dignitas, Max goes to the quick switch, gets caught, and now it's just Rocks left in a 1 versus 3. Oh, it's not a very winnable round here. He's picked up the AWP. Start to back away, trying to save his AWP. Spotted Heap up in the window, realizes he's probably a hot prospect to try and take down here. And, Rocks will turn back. Still gets away with 1. And now they realize we want to remove everything. We want to get everything out of 9Z's hands, and they're hunting him down, but Rocks is holding on. White knuckle grip on the AWP.
Man, if Max had just waited, forget quick switching, if he just waited for a couple of seconds, Rocks had a free kill on Forrest coming in from connector. That would have been a 2v2, but just unfortunate timing all around. Just great timing here from Lekro as well, finding the kill onto David, who could have been a problem. And Forrest, a bit of a wild spray, they're able to take down Max, and that is going to be Dig, just bouncing back immediately. And for the side of 9Z, sure, they have the AWP saved and in the hands of Lucan, but apart from that, David with the Deagle, we know how deadly he can be with the hand cannon, but still not going to be easy here. Rocks has got an MP9, they got the one singular kit for him and a couple of A1, so quite a decent bit to work with. And Dig calling for a timeout. I thought it was going to be maybe 9Z calling for a timeout their own, but yeah, Dig are like, let's just think things through. We have a 5-round lead. We just close this one out. You win this round, the money's broken. The money is going to be completely crushed, and that's the Dignitas just sailing away to potential map point.
Yeah, Dignitas, I think you're pointing out just a moment ago, right? It's important for them to win that round they just pick up, but it's almost crucial for them if they want to try and close this with a strong statement that they win this round. You know, 9Z's economy is right on the ropes. You have them at just the point where you can knock them down completely. 9Z realize how important this round is for them to stay alive in their map pick. If you lose Mirage, it's starting to look very difficult for your chances to win the best of 3 as a whole. Flashes starting to go up in towards the A site. Smokes deployed for Dignitas to execute out of spawn. They haven't committed fully through the ramp just yet. They're waiting on that follow-up flash, and it's good. David completely blinded twice. Gets caught in a close position. Ooh. Oh, what a flick from Lukin. He's going to look for another one.
Okay.
Oh, he hits the shot, but not enough damage for the follow-up kill. Great display of what is capable of, but unable to get anything done from it. Max on the flank around the backside. That is the play that could win them this round. He's looking the right way. Heap goes down, and now Max's position is so strong, it makes Dignitas paranoid. They know they can't feel comfortable in the site.
Forest.
Oh, the hunt.
Can he smell him?
There he is.
Yeah, he found him, and now they know where Max is. They just need to find DGT, who is always lonesome towards a connector. And look at, now if Forrest marches towards a B-bomb site, and if he's able to somehow take control of market, that's a B-bomb site just free for Dignitas, and DGT is aware of this. He knows where Freiburg is as well. He has an inkling.
DGT's gonna find him. There we go. Freiburg walks right into the murder hole, gets murdered. Now we're down into 30 seconds left. Dignitas have not put that bomb down. In fact, the bomb has not crossed out of the apartments, but Forrest has the right angle. DGT goes down, and now it is Max into the 1 versus 2. He has got plenty of utility for this. No kit yet on his back. But he's got a real shot with 100 HP. Holzerk is low on 25. If you can bring him down in the apartments, it shouldn't take too long. And Max still stays at 100 HP. It's down to the legend Forrest to try and keep his team in the lead consistently. 13 rounds to look at a post, but Max is coming in, realizes how much this round means for 9Z in the grand scheme of things. Gonna tap the bomb again, no kit on his back. He's looking for the kill, but Forrest is just playing with his food. And the kill is there for Max, but no kit on his back. No. He has to leave the round.
Oh.
He has to run away. A valiant attempt, but not enough time to get it over the line. It's 13 for Dignitas.
Oh, that's so rough, Dinko. That got very awkward in the middle of the round, but Freiburg, his presence with jungle, even though he got taken down, that's all the information they needed. They're like, all right, that's where the second CT is. We can just march on in. They smoked off window, and that forced the peak out from the the entrance of market, and Forrest just ready and waiting. And the end over there, again, the veterancy coming to play. There's no need to face, just take your time, and even though he loses the duel, Dignitas will still win the round. Max with the A1 saved, but for Dig, this is the golden opportunity to set to get to round 14, potentially even 15 here. They only have to contend with this one solitary A1 in the hands of Max. Great flashbang. 2 players coming up towards Cat as well. They're looking to take this fight together. Remaining members looking to be the distraction. They do have a deagle, a couple of deagles in play as well, so it could be potentially deadly. So Dignitas are being quite careful, not being over-eager, even though they know they only have to contend primarily with pistols, and I like this.
You really realize at this point, Dignitas, that, as we said earlier, they are a team that needs to make a statement win here. You can't allow a team like 9Z into rounds. You know, they're very good individuals, and you can't really disrespect any rounds in front of you. And Dignitas want to just try and clean this up as quickly as possible. If they win this, they're up 14. They only need to win 2 rounds. It's very, very likely to now take Mirage. Again, just to reiterate for everybody at home, you can see in the top left, it is actually picked by 9Z coming into this one. Looks like it will be a finish on the A side for Dignitas. I'm so glad they went back to that logo, blah. So much better.
Oh, this is classic. Like, you can't go away from this.
They did for a while, but
it's as old as you are.
Probably older.
Probably older. Here we go. A hit coming in. It's going to be a bit of a contact-ish play, and David will punish Hall.
Oh!
Okay, David with a double, helped out by DGT, and Dignitas are getting massive massacred by the pistols, but still there is a chance.
Yeah, there is a real chance. And Heap into the 1 versus 3, drops down into the side. Oh, he has a chance now. USP, 8 seconds left. They're trying to run it down, and they've done it. 9Z on pistols. Oh, that is ridiculous round to win. And they keep themselves within contention, blah. Oh my god, David and his Deegs. That's the story I want to read.
Dirty Deegs, man. Dirty
Done
Deegs.
dirt cheap.
Done so dirtily cheap. And DGT as well, out of nowhere, just clotheslines Electro. And in the end, the 1v1, Lucan with the USP! With the USP finds Heap, who has been thus far the MVP for his team. Dig, they did everything right, and the very end, because they're kind of running out of time, they're like, we're just gonna go for the contact play. They just have pistols, and 90 are like, really? Okay, okay, come on in.
And that's the problem sometimes when you're going up against pistols and you're playing a little too respectful and you run into a stack. That's what can happen. They're trying to run it out A. Waterfall strat out of Palace. It's not going to work out for the pistols. The majority of them already shut down. And there'll be a little bit of spikes in Holzerk's Deeg. He's still alive alongside of him, and now just Holzerk, and he gets caught in the open. 9 rounds for 9Z. And the money not good for Dignitas. They didn't get a bomb plant. So this is 10 most likely for 9Z, and that is what I'm talking about, Blah. A little difference like that where you just are on 13-7, you went around, you shouldn't, you're right back into the game completely.
That's a round they should have won. That should have been 14-8 right there for Dig. And then from then on, just a couple more rounds, right?
14-7.
14-7 actually. But yeah, a bit of a mistake, and now the coffers have been emptied. They're a bit broke right now. And just the Glocks all around, just 1 P250. In the hands of Electro.
And Lucan has been much more impactful.
100%.
I think it's fair to say earlier today, you know, he didn't really click too well, but if he starts to have a good game, we start to see maybe some op presence in this team, that can be very exciting.
Lucan patiently just waiting for a peek, but there are 2 players that's just going to smoke off the entrance after having waited for about 20 seconds. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. And they're just waiting for the aggression from 9Z. Just looking to see if 9Z feel a little antsy. You know, they're looking for a little bit of information play. They could potentially just pick up get a kill, maybe pick up a rifle. But 9Z are being very composed.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming, Blood. I think it's going to be a very slow round from 9Z, realizing their economy is not good. They're not in a good spot right now. We go under a minute on this clock. Dignitas looking to try and pop their way through Palace. Maybe they can steal away a bomb plant is what the hope is here for Dignitas. In their eyes, that's a win. DGT holds the ladder room play and towards the window. Forrester does get caught off inside of mid. Forrest goes down, and Heap will also fall. It's on Freiburg and Holzerk. And it is clean from 9Z if they just keep everybody alive, feeling good about the money. This is not worrying, because even if Dignitas now win this round, Blood, they still have a bye. And so they're really in this game now, 9Z.
Absolutely. That's just a little bit of winning the sales they needed, right? Winning that round with the Deagles, and yeah, winning the past couple of rounds as well pretty convincingly, barely losing a player. The previous one, they didn't even lose a single one, as you pointed out, and everyone's stepping up right now. Rocks, a little bit quiet, you know, but Lucan with the AWP, as you said, hitting all the shots. DGT, quiet start on the T side, but he has definitely woken up here on the defending side here. 13-10 the scoreline, and Dig with a buy of their own, looking to try and wrest back control. They still have the 3-round lead, you cannot forget that. But 9Z, if they're able to build off this momentum and make things interesting, you can actually have a game in our hands here. Again, just reminding everyone, you can clearly see in the top left corner, it is a map pick coming in from 9Z. Considering how they're the biggest underdogs in this entire tournament, especially against a team like Dignitas in an elimination game, you need to win this map.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest underdog that actually has maybe a shot at pulling something off, especially, right? They're a team that has not many expectations coming into this event, but have shown that the players can really deliver some great performances against some European sides at times. But looking, peeking down into middle, Freiburg, the first player out of the round, and it was for free, really. There was no challenge. There was nothing put on towards connector there for the CT side. 9Z are loving the fact that they just got that opening.
Yeah, and just no trade possible at all for Dig. 44 seconds, they're all going to be grouping back up together towards the A side. He potentially going to be going in for the flank, but he just can't play for the postmans. He needs to be a little bit more a part of this particular hit, right? He needs to be the pincer, I feel. But no, he's going to be grouping up together. The smokes will be deployed. But still, again, David's going to be playing inside a shadow. He is isolated, though, Dinko, but the flashbang is great. It is perfect. And he's able to find one, but Forrest will trade.
20 seconds left for Dignitas here. They have to get towards the site. They have to put that bomb down. Little gap at the edge of the smoke, and Max not too far off, but just didn't line up the plant in time. Dignitas get it down. Again, this flank from Rox is certainly keep an eye on that, but in the meantime, Heap has found Look, and he's actually going to go aggressive. This is nice and proactive from Dignitas into the post plant. They're not just sitting back to the disadvantage, they're fighting. But remember the flank, it's still in Palace, it's still in that position, and Rox is starting to come in. DGT realizes all he needs to do is buy some time, act as a distraction. Rox has them looking the wrong way. Dignitas now are just down to one player, and Rox has got both. 11 rounds for 9Z. They are in this game, blood. They have now snatched control of the momentum.
What a flank. It took forever, and I was just worried. I'm like, is he going to arrive in time? Is he going to reach there in time? And it could, not just the timing, where he peaks from. Like, if it was from ramp, maybe he might have found the first kill. He spots both of them, takes a sweet time, and the final play, I do believe it was Halter, just caught out in no man's land. There's no way for him to win that particular 1v2. And yeah, you're right. Right now, even though Dig have been able to get a couple of rounds here and there, the momentum has definitely shifted towards the South Americans.
And Dignitas had enough to go for a real weak buy with no utility in this round if they wanted to, but they've decided, no, we've got to respect these guys now. This is a half buy round. We have to buy up our utility, just try and get this bomb down, try and bolster the economy. And here comes that quick A play. They're starting to charge with the smokes. Looking, he has got one. David got overrun by the Tech 9s, and Dignitas have actually got themselves into a pretty good position here, Blah.
Oh, never mind. Those nades are massive, but Heap somehow able to tag DGT down to 14 points. I felt another nade. Somehow they're not able to get the kill to Dingo. So much damage being dealt, however. Molotov as well going to ensure the Dingoes aren't able to hold any close angles, but they are running out of time. And once again, it's going to be flank coming in, but this time in the form of Max. Is anyone ready for him, though? It looks like they are.
Oh, Lekro's Deagle gets caught by the A1S. Lekro goes down. Numbers still here. Max burns away Freiburg, but the time it's so low. The defuse being stuck in Holzerk was the last hope, but just about milliseconds on it. That is so close, but 12 rounds for 9Z. Oh my God.
How is this game so close?
Dignitas are just sweating right now. Like, these rounds are ridiculous. They're so close to winning that one and just couldn't get it over the line. Oh, this shot from Lookin, that's an important kill. You know, when you're around this close, just a little detail like that, just finding that one pick can get you into a much more comfortable position. But it was a half buy for Dignitas. You can't forget that. They saved up for this round.
Man, 9Z are giving heart attacks to their fans. Like, this, how late are some of these retakes? But somehow they make it work. That one, even though they had 4 alive, 1 millisecond late, they lose a round. The bomb would have exploded, but they will survive. 13 to 12. Lead still barely a sliver of a lead for Dig. And for 9Z, a real opportunity to try and take this map away. Their map pick, win it. As they will be heading into Ancient, which is going to be coming up next. The pick coming in from Dignitas, which was a bit of a surprise for me. Maybe they have something in store for us over here. Lekro is... he has an idea. He has an inkling that a push has taken place, and David is going to be lying in wait. The thing is, Lekro is going to be grouping up with his teammate, but his spacing is everything. And Halsdruk is going to be spotted, and that is great from David to even find one, but the trade will be instantaneous. The C4 has been spotted as well. Now, how are 9Z going to react to that information?
How quick was that from Halsdruk? They actually got that shot off as well, though, with the AWP. Fortunately, it was through the floor, but 40 seconds left. Dignitas starting to lean towards B, and currently 2 players in defense right now for 9Z. They have 2 players here. They have a quick rotation of Max as well, who's playing from CT spawn. He can get back over here pretty quickly. Lekro is going to be that lurk player towards Palace. Now, does he try and fake out the A site, or does he just try and cut off rotations? Seems like he's just trying to find a pick here, and will get spotted. Is that going to draw that fifth player back? It looks like it will. So 2 players going back, but Rox gets aggressive. That's the bomb down. Freiburg alone. Forrest finally clears that out, but 9 seconds left, and Lookin drops the bomb. Second kill good as well, and it's just Lekro nowhere near the site. 13 rounds, it's all tied up. 9Z from a round that involved pistols and nothing else. The Deagles have cut them back and switched this one around. It was 13-7, now 13-13 on this board.
This is just an incredible hold from Lucan, but something was off there. Dig were taking so very long, and even though I gotta give kudos to 9Z, even though they saw Lekro coming out there towards the A side, they still held on towards apartments. I'm not too sure why Freiburg was so ahead of Forest there. There was a possibility both of them just being taken down.
So off.
It wouldn't have been even close, and Lucan wouldn't even have to get that 2K. But yeah, spacing was really off. Things starting to kind of fall apart for Dignitas as 9Z will call the tactical timeout of their own. Lucan now 24-13. He is making that off, sing the song of death, and he's looking deadly. David, DGT as well, starting to shine. And even Rock, sure, it might be bottom of the scoreboard for his team, but some of the rounds he's won for his team have been so impactful.
Yeah, a lot of good timings, a lot of information plays. You know, that's a lot of what gets your teammates a lot of these kills as well. It's just picking that info up and setting them up for success. But Lucan has been the real revelation so far for 9Z. Oh my god, what a shot from Lucan. That is what you love to see. And you know, earlier today, we really didn't get to see a whole lot out of him, but he is showing that he can pick this AWP up and he can make it sing.
Symphony of Destruction right now. And what a shot. He was blinded, and that flick, listen, that's not easy, man. That's not easy at all, and he is looking fantastic. Heap, the young star, this Dignitas lineup getting taken on in a very, very crucial round, Dinko. This is 9Z potentially taking the lead in the dying embers of this game. This wallbang coming in from Rocks, just a couple of inches off from where Forest was standing. But the B hit is going to be coming in. They have a little bit of a self-boost as well coming in from DGT. Are they going to be expecting that, though?
Good position for DGT. Couldn't quite get it done. The flash is good, and Forest opens it up. Follow-up kill from Forest, and Dignitas into the site. You're going to put that bomb down. 9Z trying to get back in. Max actually denies the plant. Lekro is so quick on the trade, though. It's still within touching distance here for 9Z. And looking, the absolute madman on the sniper is still in the round. David alongside of him is starting to play his move through short. Looking, if his teammate finds this kill at short, that opens up a chance for him to dive down into the site, and they can play this together. David starts to move forward, spots one in the site, but he does not have long to stare and observe. Holzrick with the headshot. It is now on Lucan, and he's nowhere near the site. He's going to have to charge his way through the hand cannon. He's pulled out the Deagle, can't really get in, and that is Dignitas picking up 14. And they deny the AWP. Money is not a factor here for 9Z, but finally Dignitas win the round. And it's Forest that leads the charge in.
Just reminding us what he can do.
Yeah, just showing, you know, he still got it, Blair.
Patrick Lindbergh, the legend. So this flick, oh my lord. Ridiculous. It's painful. Great opening there. The second kill is he's just able to triangulate the position, the bullets from where it's coming from, and just pretty much opening up the B bomb site all alone. And oh, what a huge round from Dig. They needed this, Dinko, and they've ensured that they still maintain the lead. Rocks down the double up setup, and he is unfortunately not going to quite land a shot, and Freiburg with instant kill. The trades are back and forth. We're down to a 3v3 with still a minute and 35 seconds on the clock.
But look at the B side. It's just one player here right now, and it's DGT in a passive position. He doesn't have the sight. So if Dignitas drop down, all they need to do is focus on him. But Forest goes down. DGT's done well, and he'll actually smoke off the right side so he can buy time. He's actually going to turn it into another 1v1, and it's one player left in the form of Lekro. What a great job done from DGT to put his team in this round. And David's flank from the apartments puts it up to 14-14. 9Z will not die. Dignitas have to fight again, and their money is once again in the bin.
This is it's like a street fight. No, it's not even a street fight. It's like a boxing game. You're in like round 14. Everyone's just tired, kind of like completely spent. It's like Rocky versus Apollo Creed in Rocky 2. Yeah. And they're just like standing there like one blow. They're like, all right, your turn now.
You're basically, yeah, it's like you're just fighting off pure fumes at this point. There's no power actually left in any of them, but it's just like blow for blow. At this point, though, they've really run out of timeouts, so 9Z, this is it. You gotta lay everything on the line. 15 rounds is probably, you know, it is the most likely outcome for 9Z, given their buy being superior to that of Dignitas. And Dignitas even started that round with an opening blood. They had the advantage. But it's just how 9Z are playing so confidently. Like, these swings and these trade kills are just coming through.
Dig are not going for the win here.
Wow.
They're going to try and play for OT.
That's a statement, really, isn't it? To really talk about their confidence right now.
100%. That's an interesting conclusion you can draw. Just the Deeks, AK-47, the hero AK-47 in the hands of Lekro. I'm not sure if that was a call, because he was the first player to just buy up instantaneously, right? So maybe there was maybe a little bit of miscomms coming in. Not too sure about that, because he's not really going to have any money remaining for the next round if they do lose.
But he's going to use a deagle, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's Lekro and the deagle. Max is all the way top mid. Oh, this is huge.
This is huge. But Heaps in window. But look, he's so ready. And now his position's given away. Lekro goes down. David has the opening kill of the round. 9Z shutting down the whole. David with another 2K. It's Forest and Heap, and it's 2 versus 4. And it's 15 rounds looking likely for 9Z.
Wait.
But Forest is dug deep and found one. Reminder that bomb is still towards the ramp, and there's a player covering it off. Max has the read. He has the angle, and Heap is down. It's just down to Forest. Into the clutch, and he cannot find the headshot. 15-14 from 13-7 for Dignitas to 15-14 for 9Z. What a story out of this South American side. They have so much tenacity to bring this game to this point, Blah.
Listen, man. Okay, I'm taking nothing away from 9Z here. It has 16-14 against VP. Earlier today, right?
Yeah.
You can't forget that. And you might be like, yeah, it's VP, you can make all the jokes, you can meme and whatnot, right? But still, 16-14. And as you pointed out, heavily trailing against Dignitas and just needed that one round, a little bit of spark to set off, to just kind of set them on this path, on this comeback, and now in the lead. Caveat being for Dignitas, as we pointed out in the previous round, that was them playing for OT. They didn't go for the full investment, and Lekro, well, it's actually going to be able to eke out an AK-47 here, so it's not too terrible. They have the op in the hands of Halzuk as well, but they were already aiming for OT. Can they get it done, though? Because, listen, I'll tell you, I'll be very real. If they wind up losing this map, Dignitas, they're going to be feeling very crushed.
It's gonna eat right? It's gonna till you so hard because you know you're the team with all the pressure, right? The Death set that up perfectly. The expectations of this team is they not only win versus 9Z, but they win pretty convincingly, right? This is a team that has everything to play for. 9Z are coming into this. You know, they lost the player that really made them exciting on the world stage of Try. He's gone off. And 9Z have had to rebuild with pieces that are a little bit more unfamiliar, but they have shown up to a great extent. And Dignitas are on the ropes now. They are close to a knockout blow here. They're playing for overtime.
And 9Z, this rampaging bull, locking horns with Dig, and they're man, I'm just so impressed, right? And it's not easy. You lose your best player, you lose your IGL, and you somehow making things competitive. Just a brilliant stop, but still, they haven't crossed the finish line quite yet, but they're just one step away, Dinko. This A-bomb side is looking like where a hit is going to be taking place. We have Forest all the way towards B apartments looking for any aggression. Although we really haven't seen 9Z go for any B apps play, trying to get control of that. Yeah. It's primarily been Rocks just holding the line, but a lot of noise being made here towards ramp. But look at how the CDs are holding.
Oh, that
playing on the site, and that Molotov is dealing a lot of damage to David, and he is trying to be hunted down, but Lucan is going to clothesline Freiburg. Forest will be found by Rocks in the smoke. I'm not sure what he was going for there, and he finds another one, and only 2 remain for 9Z to take this map.
They're doing it. Halzuk and no scope through the smoke. Ridiculous. And now they continue, but DGT is the next player, and they are holding this off. 16-14, 9Z. They're able to do it from